Welcome to another edition of, we don't know what to call this show because it's usually Treasure Tuesdays, which it is, so welcome, Treasure Tuesdays.
And welcome to whatever day I put this on my channel.
Yes. We used to do a series called Sexy Sundays on Sundays, and to the beautiful Sabrina, who is part of my live Treasure Tuesdays event, you asked us to return our Sexy Sunday show. Sexy Sundays was a series that's basically answering questions about sex, relationships, spirituality, and
all that kind of fun stuff.
yes. Sabrina's question is, what are signs to keep on working on your relationship and not give up? When do you know when it's time to let go or move on? Being in a relationship for sure can be a great chance to serve as mirrors for each other and become aware of triggers as treasures. Basically what that means is in relationship, when you get triggered, when you get angry at somebody, it really gives you an opportunity to take responsibility of your own stuff, to grow, to evolve. So that's
They're
what she's...
opportunities rather than problems.
Yes.
Yes.
Rather
There's a
than...
positive way to look at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And rather than blaming someone else for what you feel, it's just starting to really free yourself from the rubble and the
Except
stuff.
it's always hurtful.
Always.
Always hurtful. Always. Yeah, anyway.
So she says, I definitely don't want to run away from that and be grateful for all that I can learn. But when does a relationship get unhealthy? What are the signs that being together is more blocking than serving to unfold the highest good for both of us? What could be signs that it's still worth working on it? I feel that we both get triggered, she's talking about her and her husband, I feel that we both get triggered by our fears to fail in the marriage and to be alone. Going through the diamond process for sure helps me to stay more and more present and true to myself and discover the root of those fears. And maybe you elaborating on that topic can bring some more clarity and be beneficial for others as well. Thank you so much. Lots of love to you and Jason. We love you, Sabrina. Really sounds like you're trying to figure out how to get clarity on whether you should stay with your husband or leave. That you're getting triggered a lot and you don't know if it's for your highest good to continue working on yourself, working on the relationship while in the relationship, or to simply move out of the relationship to continue growing but apart.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did that very succinctly, very well.
Good?
Thanks. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
How would I answer it or how would you answer it?
I'd love to hear your take.
Well, I like to refer to a yogi saint friend of mine who would say, when your karma's done, then the relationship will be done. So it takes the element of you having so much control on how this unfolds and how it does. You certainly have your input, and at the same time, your karma is together right now, and when it's done, it will be done, and you'll know. I can relate back to a relationship where the karma wasn't done and I kept working, all these triggers were coming up, these challenges almost daily for years. But I was still learning from the relationship, I was still getting something from it.
Yeah.
I was still seeing how I was contributing to the challenges and not, and each time something came up where it seemed to always be her, I knew there was something there in it for me. So I kept working it. And then there came a point where I knew, I just knew. And it was not explainable. It was something that you just feel in your body, your mind, your soul. And it's not a question, it's not a doubt, it's not if I should or if I shouldn't. It just is, I'm done. I've gotten everything out of this that I can. I've done everything I can to transform this within me, within the relationship, and I'm recognizing now that this partner is not willing to make the changes that I'm asking for, that I'm doing on myself, and we're growing in different ways. So, and that was when it was done. There was an inner knowing. So we could give you a lot of verbose answers of how you're going to find out and how you're going to know in the cues, but really what I'd like to direct you back to is to your heart, to an inner truth, and how to get there is coming into your breath as Veronica's breathing.
You say heart and breath just moves through.
Yeah, so you're coming back into you, coming into presence, and if you're really present as you've done in the diamond process with Veronica, or just come into presence in meditation, and you just simply ask yourself, am I complete here? Is this relationship complete? And what's your answer? Beyond the fear, beyond the dance, what's the answer? that's as simple as it gets.
A question's coming through for me now. How do you know when the answer is coming from your heart and not your mind?
Well, if you're in the present moment and you ask the question from presence, you're already out of your head.
How do you know when you're present?
How do you know when you're present? Are you in your breath? Are you thinking about anything else that's pulling you away from this moment?
Yeah.
Okay, you're here.
Yeah.
So when you're here, you're not thinking about your husband, you're not thinking about what your needs are, you're not thinking about giving or getting anything, there's no agenda. You're here in your breath, you're here with the sun, you're feeling it, you're here.
Yeah.
And any stories that are coming in, they're not pulling you, they're just coming in and moving on. And you're here primarily in the body, in the breath, in the moment. Is that
Yeah, absolutely. You feel your heart beating. As simple as that. I feel my heart beating right now.
And then you're there. And then in that inspiration, the question comes, is this relationship complete?
I love that as a meditation, and to sit with that question, is this relationship complete for me?
And it's the first answer. Yes or no?
And it might be silent. There might not be an answer. So then
Or
it's
it might be, I don't know.
Yeah, and
which
it
is
might
okay.
be dancing in that unknown. Sounds like you're there now. And just calling upon the essence of patience to really allow the highest possibility to continue unfolding. And Sabrina, you're doing amazing work. You're actually, unlike most people, using the relationship to grow, to evolve, to really look at the stuff that's been limiting you, the rubble, you know, the repressed unconscious beliefs and blocks of blocked emotions inside. So no matter what, you're growing and you're blooming, which is so beautiful. And one thing I'd like to share personally is there was a point in our relationship where we had hit a dynamic where it just stopped working.
No. Our relationship's been perfect. There's never been a problem, never been a challenge. She is perfect. And so am I.
Right.
I mean, but anyway.
End of story.
Hypothetically, we had a problem.
Right. Just let's say
hypothetically.
possibly. Yeah. I love this man. It's really such a treasure to, no pun intended, to be able to travel with somebody who does their inner work and who's willing to just trek along the journey and adventure and to continue growing. So what I was saying was, do I have mascara everywhere?
No, you don't.
Okay. So what I was saying was that we had hit a point in our relationship where the dynamic was done. There was just a very limited pattern happening inside of me. It was affecting Jason. The way Jason was responding was affecting me, and the whole dynamic was just outdated. It was like a little child in me showing up in the relationship. It wasn't the woman that I am. And we had to literally make a choice. I actually left for a while. I went away to where I go to heal, which is Mendocino, just for a couple weeks. And long story short, we made a choice to end our relationship in the form that it was in. So the dynamic was very specific. I'm not going to get into all of it in this video, but it was just very limited, and there was a choice. And so we decided, okay, that, like, I know, Sabrina, for you, you're saying the dynamic from your earlier questions and your note to me, that you have this dynamic around finances. You're paying all the bills. He's not really investing a lot of energy into creating wealth for himself to hold his end of the bargain in the relationship and to really carry you guys in terms of your day-to-day needs. And that's really draining you, and so it turns you off sexually, yet he wants to have sex that helps him feel closer to you, but you feel distant because of the finances. That's like a whole nother question. But so that would be an old dynamic. So you could also come to a point in your relationship where you say, you know, what is the new transformed version of our relationship? What does it look like? And can you agree to step into that? And that means the old form has to die. And for us, it was a death. It was a death. It was literally like a breakup. We didn't say we're breaking up.
No, but we were completing that, taking space,
Yeah.
while still being in the same proximity of each other, but taking space both intimately and in just really honoring that time to incubate and ask the questions, what what is it that I really want in life? What is it that Veronica really wants in
We're
life?
out of the sun. You want to move this way? This is
And-
super professional video.
And then asking those questions, then it gave us the opportunity to come back together after an agreed period of time and really ask the questions.
Yeah.
Is this what we want together?
Yes.
And
And
do
there
the-
was
do
a
these
gray
fit?
area. We weren't sure for a moment.
It wasn't-
I mean, it's a
It took a few months.
courageous
Yeah.
place to be, because the old part is going to want to cling, like going to want to hang on to the way things are. That's just kind of the nature of the ego,
How it
is
is.
to keep things the same. So to actually grow in a relationship and flourish, it requires those courageous transformations. And if you're both up for it, that's awesome. But I really love the treasure tool this week is to really sit with in meditation that question. First, get present before you do any inner work, whether it's the diamond process or anything. The first key is just being present.
Yep.
Without that, all the work is kind of a mess. It can make you more confused. So you feel your breath, you're in the moment. Maybe it takes 30 minutes to drop into your meditation practice, and then from there asking the question, tuning into your heart, am I complete? Is this relationship complete for me? And just see where that inquiry takes you. All of you who are watching this are so powerful and you're leaders of love. I just invite you in the comments to write down some of your insights of what you've experienced in your relationship, and maybe some things that have worked for you in transforming the relationship that you're already in, and living the highest level of love in your relationship, or perhaps just your relationship with yourself. So,
Good idea.
yeah.
Share it, and it shall help you and others.
Yes, and we love reading your comments.
And we have something to announce. What do we have to announce, babe?
We are starting, since you guys like the live Google Hangouts, we're actually going to do something together. We are doing a Get Your Meditation on Saturday live event where we're going to be coming into a group meditation together live on Saturday, July 11th. Our intention is to do it monthly and to really sit in the space of
Sacredness.
Yeah.
Presence.
Presence.
Of whatever's keeping us from being in that, we can address that and really drop in and be together.
Yeah.
Be together.
Yeah, so we'll announce that. Just go to veronicacresto.com, KRESTOW.com, or
JasonCFrom.com.
sign up for one of our newsletters or both, and we'll announce it there and send you the link and all that good stuff.
Yes, sounds great, babe.
We love you guys so much. Sabrina, thank you for your question. Thank you for bearing with us as the light is fading slowly, quickly.
She's such a performer. Thank you for the question and the inspiration and for listening.
Yes. Have a beautiful week.
Namaste.
Namaste. Mwah. Treasure Tuesdays, shake it Tuesdays. Treasure. Welcome to another. Welcome to it.